Hello everyone. So here's a bit of a pre-market analysis of CAD yen. Basically, looking at all the yens together at the moment. A lot of yen strength came in this morning during Asia. Could not there was yen CPI that basically moved the markets. But we still have to see how the price evolves over the period of time because this, as of right now, how I'm reading it, it's setting up for a big sell. It's gonna take its sweet ass time, of course, because it's a higher time frame trade. But I am looking to get in on this today if it gives me an opportunity. For maybe not on to all the way, but there is a sell that will happen today if it pulls back, that is. So just gonna walk you through the read of why I'm interested on the cells and what are the eventual targets of the cells and stuff like that. So uh, it's basically the same concepts that we have been discussing in the previous videos too. Again, what I want you to focus on is not the time frame, but the price action that is taking place on that time frame for now, right? So this is daily time frame, but as we know, the concepts are the same in all the time frames. So just gonna walk you through all of this. Okay, here we go. So it's been coming in an uptrend from all the way down to here. Comes all the way up to here. If you take a look at the left side, there is, lower highs and lower lows. So it's basically a very important zone that the price is in right now. And as it starts to come up, comes all the way up to here. This is the last buyer that buys in this leg up, and then it, completely consumes it, right? But the buyer picks up pace again, could not hold lower, tries to hold lower, could not hold lower, and breaks through. As it breaks through this, puts in a higher high, a higher low, a higher high, a higher low, and even if you mark this as your last bit of buyer, the price just falls down, takes it over, puts in a lower high, no lower low, again, no higher high, no lower low, lower high, oh, big lower low, right? Now, um, in all of these contexts, everyone is turning into a seller now, right? And then what the price does is it starts to buy again, continues to buy, comes up into this very beautiful visual area of um, resistance where the price should go through, uh, doesn't really go through. I mean, doesn't really sell from up there and buys, right, aggressively. But if you're a seller on this, just think of yourself as a seller on this, and you're looking to sell because of this visual point, uh, or this visual point in the back of your head, you are just sitting there and saying that, okay, this sell did not work, but it is gonna sell from here, right? It's just manipulating or air quotes grabbing liquidity and whatnot, right? So you sell here again, your sell doesn't work, and now as any of your cells have not worked and it has broken through, you now are a buyer because you've uh, had a loss and you want to make that money back, and the market does not know shit. You're the one who knows all the shit, and you're the one who's going to make money off of the market now. How dare the market treat you that way, right? So you get in on the sell here, and the sell gets taken out with this buy, and now you're a buyer, right? You're not selling anymore. You're a buyer now because the sell has not made money. It's got taken you out twice, and now you want to buy. You're buying, and what happens? So in the picture of this uptrend that came after all of this, right? These are important pieces to read. You have to focus on uh, these pieces, right? What did I do? Oh, okay. Hold on just a minute. Let me just clear it a little bit. And yeah, that should do it. Okay. So now you're buyer above all of this, right? Because took you out here, then took you out and made a higher high. And you would want to buy, and you're in the buy. Stop losses are God knows where. But in the context of all of this uptrend, basically this is a range, then you get a higher high and a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, no higher high, no higher high, people getting in on the sells, and then a higher high, higher low, and the buyer that takes you through for this higher high, the next higher high is this buyer, right? And then this buyer holds, showing that I'm going to continue to buy, and then it falls back down. So if you go to a lower time frame, and God knows how badly I want it to stop here, doesn't look like it's stopping at the moment, but here's what I want to see on this. So if you take a look on 240 at the moment, it's a brand new seller on 240 after all of this mess. If you take a look at 60, it's the same seller on 60 after all of this bigger mess. If you take a look at 15, it's the same freaking seller on 15 after all of this mess. So what I want to see on this now, if it goes lower low, I'd be sad, and then I would want to see the prices come up in this area. Otherwise, if it, I'm telling it to stop here and go back. If it does, I'd want to see the prices up in this area. Let me just clear all of these brushes again. Okay, so if it stops here, if it fails to make a lower low and it goes higher, I would want the prices to go higher than this, lower than this, and somewhere in between there has to be a rollover and the prices go lower. Now, if you go back to daily, the targets on this trade, if I do get to be in on this trade, initially the price is coming down to here. If it does a nice little pullback, the price is coming down to here. If it does not want to come down here, it's just going to return, and that looks highly unlikely at the moment. How the price unfolds as we go on during the day is, again, a different story. At the moment, after putting in all of these, uh, messes of lower highs, lower lows, and higher highs, higher lows, this is a brand new seller counting up from daily 240, 60, 15, a brand new seller on all of these time frames. So if it pulls back nicely, the targets are at least here, and in the longer period of time, we'll come back and visit this video again. In the longer period of time, it's going to come all the way down to here. That is what I see at the moment. Okay, I mean, I'm not trying to brag about anything, uh, but let me show you a little example of um, what I told one of our students a few days ago, and where the price is at right now, and you'd be able to see the similarities in what I've explained right now. Okay, quickly, not gonna get into a lot of detail, quickly gonna show the same concept of what we talked about on different currency pair that has already performed. Take a look at this. Now, if you see this, right, keep it in your mind, and let's just quickly go back to CAD yen now. This, and it's printing the same kind of price action at the moment. So this is where the prices were when I talked to the student, or uh, my member, or my whatever you want to call it. The prices were around hereabouts, and I told him that we talked about it, that it's setting up for a big, 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 big buy, and it did do that big, big, big buy. And the targets again, all the way up to here, and it has reached the targets. Has the potential of going higher high too, looking at how weak the CAD is. But uh, what I wanted to show you guys is the similarities between the price action that is forming on CAD yen and has already done it on Euro CAD. Sorry. Okay. About it. Cheers, guys. Stay tuned for more.